Hello, people. This is Bugsy here. Well, today, since I actually am son. Oh, excuse me. Again, I had like this fish sandwich for lunch, so I belched a little bit, mixed with some Gatorade, but not really the point of point or reason why I'm doing this. I got signed in to actually actually have like a wiki thing to kind of account for the Wikipedia thing, and some of the some of the guys that do like the crossovers or Legends of the Multiverse actually have this little bit of a wiki about all the characters and stuff that they use in their videos, which characters, heroes, and blah blah blah. So I thought it'd be nice to talk about the big three, and I'm only doing this video, and I'm gonna put it on there just so I don't type, because let's face it, people, I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a little bit lazy, and I just didn't feel like typing all this crap up. So you know, just enjoy this. Okay. To tell you the story about the Big Three and Team H, I'm gonna have to start from the very, 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 very beginning. Well, it started out like this. Um, Remember, my stuff is in an alternate timeline and in an alternate universe entirely. So things that you'll see are a little bit different, yet the same. So, okay. Well, in my in the alternate world where Planet Vegeta wasn't actually inhabited by Tuffles, well, actually they were. That's a lie. I actually meant so they did get inhabited by Tuffles, but the Saiyans like the you know race they were wiped out the Tuffles, but there were a race of Saiyans that were smart, but also good with good with the old hand to hand, good with fighting. But there was one Saiyan that was the brother of King Vegeta that was smart and really hated Frieza, and that that Saiyan's name was Artemis. Now Artemis was he was more of a, I guess, the with you know with me putting in this into words, he was like somewhat of a philosopher of like Saiyans. Like if Saiyans could, like, he was sort of a philosopher, but he could also like fight. Um, Technically, King Vegeta wasn't supposed to be king. It was supposed to be Artemis because he was the oldest. And Artemis actually had um actually I think like yeah like like four kids. Gibbs being the oldest out of the four. So Gibbs wanted to be like the successor to the throne after they overthrew King Vegeta, because when Frieza actually attacked and destroyed the planet, Artemis actually grabbed a little bit of Saiyan magic, and yes, in my world, Saiyans do have magic. He reversed it to where before Frieza actually even came to the planet, and they were all ready for him, and all the Saiyans that remembered that he actually destroyed it, they like I said, they reversed time, and then they were waiting for him, and they beat the living crap out of Frieza and his men, and Frieza's whole entire family, because they all turned into Super Saiyans and rose up against him. So one of his other sons, one of his other sons. Um, I'd have to say for this one, it's Bugsy in my thing because I chose that as his Earth name, like how Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot, but on Earth he's just known as Goku. So there that is. So Argos, being the bright saying that he is, wanted to venture out. Wanted to see if there's other worlds out there, stuff like that. And he did, but he did, and his brothers came along with him, and Harima and Ansakamaru. I never really thought of them. I never really had them have Saiyan names. So pretty much, Ansakamaru was still, I guess his Saiyan, Ansakamaru's Saiyan name was still Ansakamaru, and Harima's name was Saiyan name was Kenzu. Yes, in my universe it was Kenzu. But but anyways, so Bugsy, and Harima actually went out in the world because their grandfather was on Earth, and he pretty much taught their dad taught them everything they know, but their grandfather taught them how to actually use magic. Now Harima and Ansakamaru can't use magic, but Artemis can. I mean, Argos can. I'm just kind of messing up my own little mythos here, so I'm gonna keep going. So, okay, let me just get some drink. So, after a while, after like a whole bunch, like I'd say a decade of Ansakamaru and Harima actually doing Ansakamaru, Harima, and Argos actually doing some stuff, doing the hero thing. They wanted to go their separate ways. Ansakamaru, or Dark, being the most stealthy, got to actually be a ninja school. Got to actually have his own ninja school, but we all know how that went. It's like ninja nonsense, but we all know how that kind of went. It failed horribly, and he went back to live with Argos. Harima actually, everything in School Rumble happened to him, but towards the end of the series of School Rumble, at the end of that, when they kind of all were like graduating and he left, when Harima actually left, his school, he went back to Argos and Ansakamaru, and they kind of dogged him out a little bit about how he kind of abandoned them, even though they all went their own separate ways. Argos actually changed his name to Bugsy. He was part of the Galaxy Police for a bit, and then fell in love with a space pirate. She got killed. It was his cousin that actually killed her. I'm because I've already explained this in some other videos I've done, so I just didn't. So I'm kind of glossing over the story. Argos or Bugsy wanted revenge, and he got it. But he didn't know that the Ultimate would come back and try and destroy him. And so when that happened, because when he got his revenge, he also died. But during a long training session with Lord Death, which was actually Bugsy's teacher, because Oh god, I forgot to put in the Yokai Academy thing. They actually went to Earth to go and they actually went to Earth to actually do to go to normal like regular high school without them actually being judged being saints. So they go to Yokai Academy and pretty much from there I pretty much I'll pretty much tell you in that special that I'm doing now. So, but after that, okay, where was I? Where was I? Oh, after that, well, Bugsy got transferred to the you know the Weapons and Meister Death Academy, commonly seen in Soul Eater, to learn a little bit about being a Grim Reaper and having Grim Reaper type powers. Um, so when he died the first time, Lord Death was like, I'm actually gonna give you eternal life, but only if you really truly want to die. You'll go straight to heaven. If you die and you really don't say like when you die, you like kind of cross between purgatory. You're not technically gonna die unless you say, I want to go to heaven. I'm done. All my work that I've accomplished is accomplished. So I'll go to heaven. So so Bugsy comes back, tells Harima and Anzakamaru this, and they both kind of freak out and say, "Are you a zombie?" Anzakamaru goes, "Are you a zombie? Are you a zombie?" And Harima goes like, "Wow, that's heavy." So, um, they were known as the Big Three, and as they fought this one villain that actually merged multiverses together, and that's pretty much how Bugsy actually met most of the most of the members on Team H, from actually just the world colliding with itself. So there that is. Um, what else? What else? Um, right now I'm gonna talk about love interests that Bugsy, Harima, and Sakamaru have had over the course of their kind of lengthy backstory. Bugsy, had Ryogo, she was a space pirate, but kind of reformed for Bugsy so they could live together and blah blah blah. Its other love interest, Minerva the Mink. There's not much to tell about there. And don't ask me why that actually was possible during the Gygas saga, because chances are I'm not really going to tell you. Chances are I'm not really going to tell you. So, anyways. Okay. So, there's that. So, and then there's Mocha, and that I'm talking about Vampire Mocha, or as I refer to her, silver hair Mocha. Bugsy actually didn't at first actually love Mocha because he was actually getting forced to marry her because his dad and Mocha's dad was actually thinking, let's combine forces, but let's have our two kids like marry up and blah blah blah. So Bugsy, being the willful and free spirit that he was, or I should say Argos. I don't want you guys to get confused because my nickname's Bugsy. I don't want anybody to get confused and think I'm actually talking about actual stuff here. So Argos actually, was like, I'm not gonna get married to you. I still have and I'm going back again, but kind of works its way in there. But he left, and pretty much that was like when they left. That's when they left everything just to be on Earth with their grandpa, because Bugsy wanted to see the world, see some places, and stuff like that. But I don't know. He still kind of did have feelings for that Mocha, but eh, he did, but he felt like he wasn't ready yet. So there that was. Now, on Sakamaru, he's the most complex character that has like all these love interests. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about pretty much how he was when he was Phantom Dark. When he was Phantom Dark, he was a lot. Well, he was the definition of a playboy. He was the definition of a playboy. He'd have like a whole bunch of chicks, and since he was a thief, he adopted the name. He adopted one of his like titles. He was also known as the Sneaky Thief or the Phantom Thief, but the one he actually liked was Thief of Hearts. Shocker there, isn't it? Harima actually really doesn't have many love interests, and the only love interest he actually has in one of my shows, his team, is Makov, and Makov is I try to make Makov a little bit different than Team H, because those are two different things. I've been kind of lazy and not kind of splitting the continuity up. So sometimes I'll say something that happened in Team H and Makov and just roll with it. But really, I gotta split up their continuity. So, stuff like that. So, as I'm talking now, Bugsy, he has a lot of attacks. Like he has his flame up. He has his like Inferno ability, which actually has him manipulate fire to his will. Sakamaru has the guns, and I haven't really said what his guns are, but they are these rare magic guns he actually got when he was still a Phantom Thief. He calls them the guns of Takahata, I think. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of the name. I was like, Takahata, I like that. So he has the guns of Takahata. Harima actually has these brass knuckles that give him a little bit 10 times of his normal superhuman strength as a Saiyan. And he has a lot of moves. He has a lot of illusion moves. When he removes his shades, because in my thing you never see him without his shades. But when he removes his shades, if he really stares at you hard, you'll freeze. Not like Medusa, but it will mess you up. So it'll take you to a world where it's nothing but like torment. You're not really there, but in your mind you kind of see like this tormented thing. And like I said, Bugsy or Argos is a lot skillful with the magic, because his people actually know how to do magic. But some of the fight Saiyans, like some of the fight Saiyans, the ones that are always consumed with battle, like Vegeta, say that fighting with magic is actually just a wussy's way of doing things. But Bugsy, he uses magic and his natural abilities to actually, take his opponent down. He thinks about an enemy's weakness, and boom, he uses what magic spell or what kind of move that he could use to take them down. Okay, I talked about the items, a little bit about their history, which I hope I did a pretty good job with that. What else? What else am I missing? Oh, there is the Saiyan Chaos Emeralds, which are made so so before Saiyans could actually go supernaturally, they could actually go and sorry, they can actually go and become super. So there's that. I think I pretty much covered the whole thing. Not actually giving too much about the special I'm working on. So this is Bugsy for YouTube and for the Legends of the Multiverse wiki, saying see you later. Um, this video is just so I don't have to freaking type. So I don't have to just freaking type. I'm real lazy, so I'm not really gonna just type. I'm actually gonna put this in the article, but I'm actually gonna put some quotes down of stuff they say. So there you go. This is Bugsy signing off. See you later. Sorry that there's a dog barking, and good night or good day, whichever time you're watching this.